Did you see it? TV host Andy Cohen didn't hold back in ripping former New York City Mayor Eric Adams during CNN's New Year's Eve special. Cohen was co-hosting with CNN journalist Anderson Cooper, who tried to stop Cohen from going on a rant about Adams. That effort was to no avail. Let's watch.
Watching the final moments of Mayor Adams' chaotic.
Or are we going on a de Blasio style?
No.
Oh, no.
I just want to say.
No, don't.
I mean, he got his pardons. He's
Andy, we gotta cut you off.
No.
Andy, I've seen this happen.
No, I'm just saying. Great. You got your pardons. Go off into the
after midnight.
sunset.
It's after
We'll fiddle with what we have, with what you've left us with.
Cohen, however, did give Adams some props and said he did succeed on at least one front. Take a listen.
I think he maybe dented the rat population.
Oh, no.
No, I think
he helped with the rat. That was in the Ricky Van Veen newsletter.
I love how quickly you turn.
No, I will say.
But he did do great work on rats.
I think he got rid of some of the rats.
Adams responded to Cohen on X, writing, quote, "My response to Andy, another sloppy drunken rant. If anyone actually cares about him, they'll tell him to get help. New Yorkers aren't laughing with him. They are concerned about him. Public intoxication is a disease. He should seek help. He was safe in Times Square because we did our job. Again, seek help. AAA, Andy's Alcohol Anonymous." Okay, I mean, this was hilarious. So what you heard his friend referencing in that clip is that Andy Cohen did a similar viral rant against Bill de Blasio a few years back after they had taken their hourly shots for a few hours. And I must say, as someone who used to watch a lot of CNN because I was a media reporter, this was the only thing worth watching on CNN because it's the only thing like actually entertaining. I mean, now you've got your Scott Jennings panels, which are a bit more exciting, but a few years ago, their New Year's Eve special got massive ratings because they put these two guys on here and just let them get drunk and talk about whatever. So I think it's fun. Eric Adams' response was a little overly serious to, who is an entertainment reporter doing his fun little New Year's Eve rant. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
That's right. I think context around Andy Cohen. So I was like looking it up because my parents were kind of frustrated with Andy Cohen. They were like, what the heck? Like, talk about anything that President Trump does that gets on your nerves, whatever. But I think Andy Cohen, being a resident New Yorker, being in the middle of New York and doing this historically, and he has gotten in straight up debates with, not directly with President Trump, but with the administration's team and some of their response even to Joy Behar. He got on Twitter and started arguing with them, saying they need to find better things to do with their time. So he's very outspoken in a lot of ways. But he also is literally the head of entertainment in ways for not even just on TV, but in a role for NBC and the corporate entity that is Bravo. So the man brings entertainment to television. I mean, you see the balance between him and Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper was on there asking celebrities questions about things like Rob Reiner and trying to bring some balance to it while taking shots. Andy Cohen's is like, it's like, yes, have you ever? I never had, like, and I'm like, so you see the balance of a friendship and something like you said that's worked for CNN. And Eric Adams, rightfully, his legacy is on the line. I saw a whole New York Times piece about what his legacy will be. And even though he did do some stuff like help reopen after COVID and bring the economy back to a decent place, he did a lot for bringing the crime down in New York, and people give him credit for that. Pretty much after he worked with President Trump and got himself pardoned, a lot of people were like, oh, he has all this stuff going on. I think that he probably doesn't want his legacy ruined in that way. He thinks he did do some good stuff, which a lot of people might agree that he did. And he's like, listen, I don't want to be the butt of the joke. I just want to kind of leave my post. But he did, Eric Adams did a lot to make himself an easy target because he constantly gave these speeches that, as somebody who doesn't even live in New York anymore, I'll be like, are you serious or joking? Like, he's talking about the honeys that he has in the Bronx. And like, you can't, it's like hard to take him seriously. He's like a good homeboy,
entertainer too,
a good friend, but it's like, come on, man, you're running the city and you're sitting there talking about your old girlfriend. So,
yeah,
he was a little frustrating for a lot of people.
People forget too that CNN, when Don Lemon worked there, they would send him to Atlanta. And so they would cut between Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper in New York and Don Lemon drunk at a bar in Atlanta. And so it was just like all of their top personalities just drunk all night. Sometimes he'd be with Brooke Baldwin, who would also get a little tipsy, and I just found it hilarious. I don't think people need to be a stick in the mud about it. It's New Year's Eve, like relax. But there were a couple of other funny moments from this broadcast. They had the comedian Amy Sedaris on.
Okay.
And Andy Cohen asked her where she plans on meeting a man in the new year. And she said, well, I would say the women's bathroom, but like cut herself off. It was like,
they were like, what were their faces like?
Yeah,
they
were like, uh-huh. And then at one point, Andy Cohen accidentally said transition instead of tradition. And he was like, that's it, guys. Me and Anderson are telling you now we're transitioning.
Oh, gosh.
They were just going in on it. It was hilarious.
And I want to say that I did flip back and forth. Don Lemon had his own special going live
on
YouTube. He was live from New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
With the support of the New Orleans city that helped him put the thing together. Like, I think their local government. But it was hilarious, too, because he had, like, Big Frida on there. It was just, like, off the rails in a way that you only can, like, on YouTube. Kind of the thing that Megyn Kelly was talking about in the earlier piece about legacy media. Like, he was really in a rare form, which we've seen Don Lemon more of just whatever he wants to be, because YouTube is the wild, wild west. You have no boss, essentially. It's just the viewers are your boss. So I remember he had a couple thousands of people on there between Instagram and YouTube. And so I wonder if he's going to grow this thing where it becomes like Don Lemon's New Year's Eve special that streams on YouTube, because he was pretty tipsy too. He had his husband there, and it was quite entertaining to watch. And I think it's nice when you see people that are always talking about serious stuff, to understand that we have layers. We're all people like that, right? We like to play around. We like to be serious, no matter what your job is. Andy Cohen probably can be really serious, and I've seen him in serious conversation, just like he can play. Anderson Cooper can have a shot like a normal person, but also be in the middle of a war zone reporting. Like, people are layered. It's okay.
Right. That's the thing. I think it could be nice to actually see people who are usually so buttoned up let loose a little bit and have some fun. And I think New Year's Eve is the perfect opportunity for that. And so I always enjoy it. I know people are like, what is Anderson Cooper doing taking shots on CNN? I just don't think it's that serious.
You got to stop clutching some pearls sometimes. Just have a little fun.
And I'm like the notorious pearl clutcher too.
Are you?
Right? Like,
are you?
Well, you know me. Like, I'm very Catholic, and you know, we talk about social issues a lot on here. And sometimes people accuse me of being a little too uptight, but even I on this am like, relax, it's fine.
Yeah, one day a year we can do this thing. Well, we have a lot more to talk about. Stay with us on Rising, guys.